my name is Lisa Witt, and I've got a quick tip for you today on inversions. Inversions can be very daunting and very complicated, but I've got some tricks that'll make them a little more simple for you. So to start, we need to look at a basic triad or chord, and today I'm going to show this to you using G. So in order to make a triad, we're going to use a stack of thirds. So I play G, skip a note, play B, skip a note, and play D. And that's what we would call a G chord. This is root position, and we call it root position because the root note is in the bottom spot. The reason that we call this the root note is because it identifies the key in which we're playing in. So we're in the key of G, the root note is G, and it's root position when it kind of looks like a little stack of thirds like that. Now, we can play this series of notes in any order we want. What I mean by that is, I can take this G and I can move it. I'm going to actually take it and put it on the top of the chord. So I'm going to do that by placing my thumb where my third finger was. I'm going to use my two finger to play D, and I'm going to take that G and I'm going to throw it on top. I'm still playing a G chord, but it's just inverted. It's in a different order. So now, my root note, which was on the bottom, has moved to the top, and you can kind of learn to identify what inversion you're playing really easily by looking at the shape. In this case, I know I'm not in root position, so my root note can't be the bass note. If I look at my hand, the note that has the most space below it is here. See, I've got a distance of a third and a distance of a fourth. You could almost pretend like this little guy has room for his roots to grow. And that's how I know that the G is my root note. And it's in the top spot, so I'm going to call that number one spot. Therefore, we are in first inversion. Now I'm going to flip it again. I'm going to take that bottom note, I'm going to kind of reorder my hands here, and I'm going to put it on top again. So now my shape has changed. Now the note, which has the most space below it, is the G. It's in the second spot. So we call this second inversion. And if I flip it one more time by putting the D on top, look at that. We're back in root position where our root note is back where it started, right at the base. So that is a really quick look at inversions and how they work. So if you're not quite sure what chord or what inversion is being played, you can quickly identify it by looking at the shape. If it's not in that neat stack of thirds, I'm going to throw a wild card at you here, and I'm going to do this. Okay? I'm going to look at these notes, and I'm going to go, it's not a nice little stack of thirds, so the root note is not my bottom note. This is only a distance of a third, and here's where I've got my greatest distance. Therefore, my root note is F, and it's in the first spot. I'm in a first inversion F chord. So this is a really cool way to kind of challenge yourself to identify chords as you're playing them or even seeing them. I hope you have fun with it, and we'll see you next time.